Welcome to Optimistic Perspective with yours truly, Aletia, Colombian-born, Australian-based artist. Remember, we are energy, and what we project, we attract. Stay positive, open your heart, and step through the doors that are waiting for you. ¡Vamos!
Welcome to Optimistic Perspective, and today we have the wonderful Neisha, Melbourne-based designer, artist, and a true one-woman force behind Neisha's clothing, where every piece is handcrafted with intention, soul, and story. And her work celebrates like feminine power, creating pieces that empower female and that are bold and make them feel seen and unapologetically themselves. From New Zealand, one of my dear close friends here in Australia, Neisha, welcome, my love, to Optimistic Perspective.
Thank you, darling. What an introduction. Nice to be here on this beautiful couch with you.
Oh, thank you. It's really, really special to have this chat with you, especially because, well, you are one of my closest friends, and I know the beautiful journey that you have been through to become the amazing woman that you are, and the creative and the fashion designer that you are.
Thank you, baby.
And we want to, share with the world and with people that don't know your work. Actually, I'm wearing Nisha's today.
She is.
And
I'm
she is
also wearing
also.
Neisha.
Yeah.
Reversible.
But let's start then with asking one of the first questions. And is, when did fashion stop being something that you loved and became your purpose?
Oh, that's such a good question. When I think about my journey with fashion too, initially so much of it was just loving the way textiles felt in my hands. Like my grandmother taught me how to sew. So there was that kind of familial root to it. And then it became about my creative expression.
Yeah.
And what I could do with cloth against the form. And like there was this, I just remember like sitting there with my mannequin and fabric in my hands, and it just felt like I was home. But I think the purpose for me is actually, it was a bit of a shift in the way that I designed and created too. And I started thinking about the woman who wanted to wear Neisha and how to dress her and what the women around me were telling me they needed. And for me, it's so much about, I think there's so much pressure on women in the world to look and be and present a certain way. And it's a heavy load. And what I do is quite beautiful in that I can like bring women into my space and I help them find things that fit them beautifully, and I tailor things to fit the body. And sometimes women are like, oh, I'm wearing pants. I've not been able to buy pants for the last 10 years. And so that for me became a real purpose, is like, how can I help women to shine? Because when a woman is wearing clothes that feel beautiful on her, she gives more to the world and to herself, really, first.
Yeah, one of the things that I really loved about, I guess, the way you present yourself, and even like it is part of your website as well, is like how you share stories of women telling like how good they feel like with the pieces that you create. And I was like reading like little different like comments of people talking about the clothing that they were wearing, and it was like, oh, I love that now I feel sexier and I feel that I'm like, like I can be me. That's, it's not about like the shape I have. It's more like how I can make my uniqueness shine through what I wear and to be more myself.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it's like for women of all ages, shapes, styles as well. Like I've had a woman who's in her 50s say to me, do you know the thing I love about you, Neisha, is like you're not trying to hide the body. Like you're trying to celebrate what's there. And that's kind of my ethos, I think, is like I ask women what they like about their body. Okay, cool. So you don't like your fat ass, whatever it is. Women have so much shit that they say about themselves. Can I swear?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Awesome. So, there's all these things that women have been telling themselves for years too. And, I honor that, but I'm also like, okay, cool. So what do you like? And then we play that up.
Yeah.
And that's such a beautiful thing.
I think like something that is also very special and unique of your approach in fashion is like not just that you create like you try to create like unique pieces and not like huge amounts of the same model to keep it, I guess, unique and authentic, but also that you are all about like being sustainable and like being ethical with all the textiles and being really just like aware of where the products are coming from and the people that is like being part of creating those pieces with you. And I think that's so beautiful, the way that you are putting that and the way that you represent that with your clothing. I think is really special.
Thank you, honey. I like to wrap the woman in magic, and that's the thing. If you know the supply chain, that energy's in the garment as well. And that's really important to me, is like people planet. Like I try and make sure that everyone who's touched something that goes into the garment is treated with the utmost respect, paid well. And I think that's actually quite rare in fashion. It's increasingly hard to do. But when you keep things small scale in the way that I'm doing it, it is easier because I can see where everything's coming from.
Exactly. And you are also like, just like being very intentional in some of the statements that are like in your website. Even the things that you share on Instagram are all about supporting women. Like this is created for women. And even like this one, for
Womb
example,
power.
is empowering. And I think like as women, we are such strong beings, and the way that you create your beautiful pieces sort of like make you feel that you have like your power and that you are like a queen, and you go for like that energy.
That's the goal. Yeah, like sing it loud and proud. Like there's, and I think sometimes women want to hide away a little bit, and that's okay too. Like I'm also into allowing women that space, but I also encourage women to step into their power as well. And I think sometimes that can be something that we express visually first, and sometimes we express that visually before we're ready to actually stand in that. But that can be an important first step. And and then there's some people who just like their style is so ingrained in who they are as well. And for me, that's a real blessing too when they come in and I watch them style pieces that are already in my shop, like what you're wearing. Like, I mean, I love what you've done here. It's amazing. It's like so stylish, and this little like waist belt. I'm like, oh, damn, yes.
Yeah, if I was standing up.
Yeah, we could see. But the gold accessory is very nice. Yeah, we can do that, babes.
Yeah, that's I think that's very powerful. You are an artist, like every piece literally is a piece of art. It's not just clothing.
Thank you, babe.
But it's a piece of art.
Yeah, and I want women to feel like art when they're walking around as well. So it's part of it. It's like, yes, shine, baby, shine.
Like, can you tell us a little bit about that jacket that you're wearing? Because I think it's like one of your emblematic pieces in a way.
It's my most popular and well-known products. So these are a reversible bomber. So you can choose your fabrics. The outside is usually songket, which is a Malaysian textile. And I just love it because it's got all the gold threads and it's very shiny and bright. But the cool thing is on the reverse, like this is like a nice flocked velvet. So it feels very beautiful. But it's also nice and basic, So if you feel like the sparkles are too much for your 6 o'clock coffee run, then you can just like wear the black and then you can flash the sparkles. And the cool thing is you can choose your own fabrics, and then I make to order as well. So we kind of shape it to your body. It means if you want things longer or you need more space around the bicep, I can do that as well.
And I think it's really cool when, I've been many times to the shop, and like sometimes I see women trying the pieces very differently, and it's like, oh, it's interesting. I remember once in South Melbourne, there was like this old lady, I guess, very like cool and elegant, and she was trying like one of the jackets, but she wanted it actually really big and loose. And I was like, that's so interesting. And she looked so nice that I remember like other women coming to the shop and wanted to have try it as well, like big. And I was like, that's so crazy, so interesting.
Well, that's the cool thing when the person's personality meets the garment, and then it becomes something different. Like the personal expression is always in there as well.
That's so beautiful. You come from another country. How was that transition?
Look, culturally, it's so similar. The language is the same. So it was a lot easier journey for me than it would have been for you. I already had a lot of, there's a mass Kiwi exodus. There's as many Kiwis living outside of New Zealand as there are inside of New Zealand. And so I had so many friends here, so it was pretty easy. And the reason that I left actually was the New Zealand economy is so bad. And I was having to work 40 hours a week pulling coffee to try and start my label on fabrics. You know, New Zealand's really the bottom of the world. So there's not many resources, fabric suppliers available, and what is there is very expensive. So it was so much easier for me to come over to Australia and start my brand and build it here, because I was still pulling coffee, but I could do that and I was getting paid more. To be fair, when I first moved here, I was working at a cafe full of Kiwis being grossly underpaid. I think I was being paid $13 cash, and I think I should have been paid like $18. I didn't know that, and Kiwis are classically hard workers. But it was easier for me to start my brand here while I was working, and I worked in like bars and cafes and
I think
restaurants.
there's something very lovely about Melbourne, especially.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's very artistic, and they appreciate
Mm-hmm.
art. And I think there's so much support around it, and people are interested to actually buy local and to support what's happening here, even though in a way you are not an Australian, but you have made your living here and you are part of Australia.
Yeah, people think that I'm Australian. It's weird.
I did the first time.
Oh my
met
God,
you, and then I was
I'm so sad. I'm Kiwi, yes, sis. Can't you hear it? Can't you feel it?
Yes.
My softness and my sweetness. Oh, you go, sis. No, you have it, There's a cuteness.
It is, definitely. There is a cuteness for sure. What you become more Kiwi, or not become, but just let your
you
Kiwi
feel it
out,
more.
is at the dance floor.
Oh, yeah. My bass face, babe. Yeah.
How is that connection with music? I know, because I'm your friend, the love that you have for music, and how you are always surrounded by musicians, and by the live scene. Not just in Australia, but also when you were living in New Zealand, you were also always surrounded by music. How that come to your life?
Well, I guess music's just a life force, isn't it? It moves you. Music moves you. And I think as a creative, we need to keep things fresh, and we need momentum. And for me, music is dance. And when I'm moving my body, then everything feels lighter. And I just, I'm not a musician myself, but I love musicians so much, because what they can feel and what they can create through those feelings and allow other people to feel, and then those other people listening get to move that through their body. So it's just this beautiful creative flow. Yeah, I guess it is channeling in a way. And it's just always been, I think for me, the other thing is too, my studio sessions they started being quite late at night, when I was younger, up until really about 10 years ago when I started working from my shops. The most beautiful times of my day were this period between I'm going to say 4 p.m. when I could actually start working and focus, and when I go to bed, and somewhere in there I would be cooking, but I'd be burning pots because I'd be cooking down the other end of the house, and in my studio just listening to banging tunes, So it's she's half winding, she's half sewing, and she's cooking, but she's burning all the food, So, but I was making a banging dress, and I was having a really good time.
Yeah. Worth it for sure.
Yeah. And I remember there's been times where it's I remember this one time, there's a musician, I'm not sure if she's still in Melbourne, Vita Sunshine, listening to one of her recordings. I'd never met her before.
Yeah.
And then she just walked through the doors of my studio. I was like, what the fuck? And I feel it really, sometimes it's the energy that you're listening to when you're creating, you find those people. And I think because music is such a part of my creative process, naturally the musicians gravitate to me. And I love dressing women in music too. I kind of feel it's again, I talk about the pressure that women are under to look and be and behave a certain way. And I think nowhere do we see that more than with women on stage. And I watch how the men can show up to a gig, they might have worn the same outfit to bed, they've walked the dog, they've made lunch in it, and then they just rock up on stage, And meanwhile, the women on stage have had to go get their hair, their nails done. There's all this time and attention, effort put into the outfit. I'm well, that's not fair, isn't it? It's not actually about the music anymore. It's about how we view that woman on stage.
Yeah.
And there's so much more pressure. So I'm cool, what can I do to help these women shine so they can feel good? So then they don't have to think about that aspect, and they can just think about the work and their artistry, which is actually the music.
Powerful. And when you were talking about that, I sort of like remember one of my gigs that actually was wearing one of your pieces, a
Yeah.
beautiful, beautiful dress, silky dress. And honestly, was like first I was really, really comfy, but
Mhm.
also was so elegant and like relaxed. In a way, feel that I could sense the love that you put to
That
it.
was a one-off too, babe. So there was a lot of love in that. Yeah.
Yeah. I honestly can feel that while I was sort of digging more into your life, because I know you, and it's
Mhm.
been maybe about 3 years or 4 years that
Mhm.
I've been knowing you.
Mhm. I think probably about that. Yeah.
Probably. But of course, like there's so much more to know about a person. We all go through different journeys, and um, especially when you live in different countries as well, it's like
Mhm.
you sort of like not that you become another person, but you definitely like learn a lot of new things and you change a lot.
Of course.
And I was like looking at one of the interviews and how you were saying some beautiful things and in a way manifesting.
Singing to the fabric.
Yes,
Yeah.
I like to sing to my fabrics. And I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
You never had said that to me personally, but I swear I could feel that when I wore your pieces. Like,
That's beautiful.
honestly, or when I walk into your shop, or like every time that I'm
Yeah.
like seeing you making your art,
Mhm.
I really can feel the beautiful energy that you like to put like essence and like
Mhm.
oils around. And I was like, this is so
Yeah,
beautiful.
yeah. I mean, look, to be fair, I tend to do that stuff more when my studio is separate. And I'm kind of in a bit of a transition period where I'm going to go back to that space where I'm going to use sacred for lack of a better word, but it's like it is such a, I don't know, there's a point for me that's really beautiful where I get to spend time just creating with no distractions.
Yeah,
And it's
no.
often why I like doing it at night, because there's like my phone's going off less at night, and it's like I love that. And that's where I tend to be singing and dancing more. Like I'm not much of a natural performer. I mean, I know that you
Really?
I know. I mean, you think I am because I'm really comfortable here, but like, I don't tend to like sing and dance if there's people that I don't know looking at me.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. So that's just for my fabric to know, and maybe for you to feel when you wear it.
Yeah. Oh, I love
Yeah,
that.
I like that. I know. That's good.
That's gonna be one of the reels for sure for Instagram.
Great.
Oh,
Can't
that's so
wait.
beautiful. Yeah, one of the other things that I was really intrigued to know is like, I mean, as another woman here, like there's a lot of challenges that we go through, especially as a creators, to develop a brand and a
Mhm.
product, and live from your art. Yeah, I'm very like curious to hear a little bit of the challenges that you went through.
Isn't
things
this a
that-
podcast about optimism?
Yeah, but the reason why I want to know is because I know, and I have talked to you many times about all these
Mhm.
crazy things that we have been living through, that there's so much purpose behind those things that we went through that were hard,
Mhm.
especially those hard moments,
Mhm.
because those ones reconnect us with our purpose.
It's true.
So
It's true.
just maybe share a little bit of what perhaps you feel that it made you like shift and see things in a more like intentional way with your art and your creations.
Look, I just think there's no other way for me. There's not really another option but to keep doing what I'm doing, because I actually love it so much.
Mm.
So I don't know. I think there's a tenacity in me that I'm stubborn as fuck. So I think that's really helpful. And it's also like I talk about like, this idea of resilience, and how when you actually have no choice, you just have to make it work. And the only other choice for me, without I guess like the financial support or the backing of other people around me, is to get another job working for someone else, which I just would not do.
Mm.
So you just find a way to make it work. And I'm such a hustler. Like there's opportunity in every, like for example, 3 days ago, I found out that I needed to move out of the space where I've been selling for the last 9 months. And just because I talk and I share so much, I think that's part of it. I don't really have shame around my experience. I think a lot of like business owners or creators feel a bit shamed, so they kind of like fall in. But for whatever reason, I think it's because I'm so rebellious. and Lilith is from my chart. So I'm just like, no, I'm not doing shame. So I can very easily tell people about what's going on. And when you do that, people are like, oh, old mate's got a warehouse he's not using. Oh, like the butcher's got the shop and it's vacant at the moment. So now I suddenly have all these possibilities, like quite a few really great possibilities available to me that I didn't know about 3 days ago. But because I just run my mouth so much,
Yeah.
so I think that's really important to talk to people and like really community, and everyone around you has the seeds and the knowledge and the I guess the stepping ladders that we need if we're brave enough to share what's going on for us.
Yeah. And I think that's really, again, really, really powerful, because I think like when we do that, you really open a door. And I'm
Yeah.
talking from like from my own experience, like the moments that I've been sharing, that I went through depression,
Mm.
like things like that, was when I really like found people that were there for me,
Yeah.
and then were like, oh, I actually experienced something similar. Or maybe it's when I really feel like I wanted to express a strong emotion or a strong moment through my music, and then that helped me to like to heal, but also to maybe help others to realize that, oh,
Mhm.
like I've been there as well. So if she can be in a good place now, then maybe I can be in a good place as well.
And I mean, this is the thing about musicians, right? And particularly vocalists, is like it spins me out every time I watch you on stage, or when I watch the woman or the men around me who just share so vulnerably. And I'm like, holy shit, that's hard enough to do in front of one person. You're doing it in front of a crowd, And it's so brave.
Yeah.
It's so
No.
brave, and I guess that's the lesson, like, if we can watch these singers do it, like, how can we harness a bit of that in our everyday life?
Yeah. Yeah. That's so beautiful. Thank you for saying that, because I really feel that for me, it is like, I feel that is my, in a way, my responsibility to do that, because
Mhm.
it's the only way that I can give something, like, and really touch
Mm,
someone. Like, I really care about my music, and I'm very intentional with what I say, with
mm,
what I put in the songs, because I truly see the power of music. It has been the one of the most healing things in my life,
mm.
and I've seen how people also like feel, and you know feel better with it. So it's very, very, it's a powerful tool. Like a really
Yeah, and
beautiful,
sometimes you're
powerful
giving
tool.
people words to a feeling that they might not have the awareness of yet, they might not understand how to express it, and when you watch someone else do it, it's
Mm.
like, "Oh, there."
What it means for you, feminine power?
Oh, great question. Well, I mean, it's innate, isn't it? It's innate within all of us. And I guess sometimes it's a slow purr and sometimes it's a roar.
What does it mean for you today?
Mm. For me, it's standing fully in the truth of in my truth, really, without really caring about how that's perceived,
Mm.
and being okay to be judged or ridiculed, as long as I know that that is my power, my truth,
Mm.
and my expression. Yeah, that's a really interesting question, and I think globally, like at this time too, with everything we see that's happening to women around us too, like we're looking at like the Epstein files, we're looking at the genocides that are happening, and how it's always women and children who are impacted by that. For me, it's actually being a voice for that as well. And it's really, really important that women come together
Yeah.
and scream and shout and stomp their feet to make it fucking change, because matriarchy is the way. And matriarchy actually benefits men as well. Like the world is better.
Yeah.
Matriarchy thinks about the whole. It thinks about the collective, the family, every person who is alive on this earth.
Yeah. And I think there's nothing more powerful than a powerful woman. When
Yeah.
there's a powerful woman, and if she has a partner, that partner, it's either if it's a man, a very powerful man or a very powerful woman, and then when there's like strong people, I think you can like create things with even more impact and change even lives through what you do, and being very intentional and being like a voice, as you say, for so many people that doesn't have perhaps the opportunities that you do.
Yeah, that's kind of, I guess when I think about like purpose as well, that's like an undercurrent. And I think, I created Big Pussy Energy, which is a sub brand. I kind of created it for that reason as well. That for me was coming out of a abusive relationship, and a friend had come around and said, "Oh, Nish, how are you going?" I was like, "Yeah, babe, I'm singing, I'm dancing, I'm cooking, I'm eating, I'm having the best time." She's like, "That's your big pussy energy, babe."
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck, that needs to be on a t-shirt. I was like, for me, it's just such a reminder to stay in the force of my feminine power. And it's like that way that I was feeling after being so constricted for so long, and feeling that blossoming and that freedom and that expression in myself. I was like, okay, cool. I need to protect that at all costs. And big pussy energy is a bit fierce. She is going to like fuck you up if you cross her. She takes no shit.
I think like, the words is about like boundaries.
Yeah.
And I think it's something that in my own like experience, I learned, I feel like in a way, like quite late, like really like just about that, maybe about 2 years ago or something. And it's changing my life. And now I feel so empowered because I also went through like a lot of like abusive like moments in my life. And a very abusive relationship that I didn't know even how I get to it. I guess we are a reflection in a way of each other. So when you're in a low position, you allow a lot of things to happen because you are not like, in a way, seeing your beautiful power and your value. And for me, it's like when I see the way that you work with this collection, especially Big Pussy Energy.
Anne Frank.
I remember that as well. I'm like, wow, like it's incredible how powerful I am. But if I don't remember my power and if I don't remember my value, then I could allow someone else to like mistreat me and
Exactly.
to not respect me.
Exactly. And I think particularly for women, and maybe for men as well, but I'm going to speak for women when I say this, like we are so conditioned to put up with shit,
Yeah.
and to accept poor behavior and make excuses for people, and, just to be lovely. It's interesting to watch when women kind of hit their 40s and estrogen drops. Suddenly they're like breaking up with their husbands because they're like, you
Too much, like no more.
yeah, like you can't put up with the shit anymore, right?
Yeah.
So I think the magic and the kind of like the alchemy in all of this is learning to do that, like to still remain open and in your heart, but yeah, boundaried and
Yeah, I guess that really leads
fiercely
like
protective.
honestly to the next question, which was gonna be like, how did you reconnect with your feminine energy through your work? But I think like what you were saying is like
Yeah.
it is like very well. It is what we're talking already.
Yeah, I mean it's also I mean that's the raw kind of, I guess, protector extension of it. That's the big mama lion.
Yeah.
But femininity has so many faces too. And I guess like there's the soft kind of maiden energy, which is actually just me alone being the little girl that was like 7 years old learning how to sew with grandma, is actually the same little girl within me that is sewing late into the night.
Yeah.
That's the same energy. And like playing with cloth, like even the idea of playing with fabric, it's like so fluid and moving too. Like there's a very sensual and sweet element that comes through for me when I'm dressing as well. And then there's, womb power, like what you're wearing too. Like that, I guess fashion is a vehicle in which I talk about all of these issues that pertain to, like woman essentially.
Yeah. And the energy, as you were saying, like it's like I remember like we were just talking about like the images. I was like, it's crazy. Like I didn't realize, but one is like quite masculine and the other one is quite feminine. I think I've been craving for so long in my life to really be able to feel in my both energies and to feel more balanced. Because a lot of my life I was in my masculine. And then realizing later on is like, oh my God, like I actually can be as well like soft. And when you find like people around you that allow you as well to to express that is so beautiful. And I think that's why as women we sort of cry for that connection as well with women and like with like, the sisterhood, because we are protectors and we want the best for each other, and we sort of like want to make everyone feel better, and like we care and we nurture.
It's a beautiful quality. It's beautiful when women come together. It's one of my favorite things, and I guess I have great hope that, and I have amazing men around me as well too, and I think there's amazing men and women within each of us. That thing of like, we can be both, like no matter how we're born, we have masculine and feminine energy within us.
And I think like something that I think perhaps maybe a few years ago I was like seeing you and I was like, I love that, and I know I have a lot of that, but I think I was feeling afraid to in a way show that, right? And then like now that I'm really feel that I'm like balanced, I feel that it's like I'm sort of like being able to be soft when I want to be soft, and being able to be like, like in a way masculine, but not masculine, more like pragmatic, and like being able to do the things that I want and I do it. And
that's your big pussy energy, sis.
I think so. I think so too. Yeah. I think so. Like it's the energy, babe.
It is. It's the energy, and it's a mastery, right? And self-acceptance, like allowing yourself to be all of the ways that we are, and doing that without judgment.
Yeah, that's it. Coming back a little bit with music. What sort of music you think like inspire you the most when you create music?
Oh, it depends. I mean, when I'm locked in my studio alone, like, as you know, I listen to pretty bass heavy music. So, dub, I'm basically, like, I guess my favorite sound would be like old school dub, reggae, really into anything from the 70s through to contemporary. But, I like the analog sounds, babe.
Yeah, I know you do.
But I'm also really into like a beautiful melodic singer too, like Harry Lennox, Erykah Badu, like those kind of like voices really move me as well. Yeah, there's just something that things that make me feel something. But I'm open to anything, babes. You can play me anything. What you got? What you got that I haven't heard? And sometimes I get bored and I'm like, can people send me their playlists? Like I need freshness.
I love that. Yeah. I love that because I remember having a conversation at an interview at the radio station, and I remember this guy talking about music and saying that he was in a way like sad because when you grow older, you sort of like get comfortable with one sound, and then you're like, oh my God, you were in that interview.
Yeah. And it made me sad.
I was like, why you sing that way? Like you can be whatever age you are and like listen to whatever you want.
But you know how some people do that? Like sometimes when I hang out with people who are like, 50 or any age, they're like still listening to the same 5 albums they listened to at 16. I'm like, bro, come on.
I think something about like they perhaps have been feeling safe with that. So it's like, oh, I just want to feel like comfortable and safe. And maybe they are not like open to, what is this?
Yeah, like I actually like feeling a bit uncomfortable with music, which is why I spend a lot of time listening to music that I only understand 30% of the words. Because I kind of like it. Because for me, there's something when you don't understand the lyrics, you have to feel. Like you feel everything else, and it's a bit uncomfortable when you're like, oh, what's this? But I also like exciting things, and I think some people like to be safe. I like to explore. I like a little bit of safety, but not in music. It's like,
yeah.
Let's experience something different.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we are sort of like coming to the end of the podcast. So I have like some few funny questions I like to ask.
Great, can't wait.
To in a way like see how is your personality.
Okay.
Even though I know it pretty well.
Yeah. Hit me, babe. Hit me.
So let's do it. Let's keep it quick and playful. Okay. First one. Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Okay. Nice. So yummy.
Yeah.
Sunrise or sunset?
Oh,
I mean, that's a hard question.
I mean, Melbourne sunsets are pretty amazing, but it depends where I am. I can't. I'm the Libra in me can't. What country are you in, babes?
Okay, so
Both.
if you are in Europe, what would you prefer?
Well, it's more like where the vantage point is. I actually don't know. Let's go sunset.
Sunset. Okay. we have watched few together.
We have.
It's always beautiful in Melbourne, really. I think we're really
so beautiful in the ocean. We get to feel like dolphins together, you know. And you're like,
true.
oh, it's cold, and I'm like, I'm from the bottom of the earth. It's warm here, you know. Yeah.
I'm really keen to see how it's in New Zealand though, because I haven't been yet. I will.
Freezing, babe. It's Arctic. It's Arctic.
But how is the sunset?
Oh, how's the sunset? Well, it depends what coast you're on. Again, which way you're facing. You know.
Okay.
You'll find out.
Yeah, I will, for sure. Okay, now, music or silence when you create?
Music.
Of course, all the time. Bold colors or neutral?
Bold.
Bold?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Balance. House or DMB?
DMB, babs.
Yes.
DMB. Yeah.
Nice. And yoga or dancing?
Dancing.
Ocean or forest?
Ooh, ocean.
One word that describes your brand.
Can I say big pussy energy?
Three. I love it.
It's
Break the rules.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's my life force, isn't it? You know?
I love it. And before we go to the ending, I want to ask the sort of like the ritual, or do the ritual of the episodes, of the podcast. That is to ask for a book that has deeply inspired you in your life, and a song or an album that also has touched your soul. We can start with the book.
Oh, which is really funny because I literally cannot remember the last book that I read. But what's coming to mind, so I'm just going to go with this. Conversations with God, which is weird because I would not have thought that was going to come up.
Yeah,
but I remember that changed me a lot when I did read it. I think I have a soft spot for people who, you know, tap into the divine, but I don't tend to like religion so much. So it's kind of hard, you know. But I feel like Conversations with God really harnesses that too.
Yeah, it's crazy because in the last episode we talked about that book. Can you believe it?
No way.
Yeah.
No way.
Yes.
I must have been feeling the really. No. Wow.
Yeah, but it's such a beautiful book. In fact, I have actually, I'm saying this, but I have never read it.
What?
I just know about it.
You skimmed.
And I have like read a little bit.
Okay.
So I'm honestly
maybe, well, there's 3 books in the series, babe.
Yeah, I know.
Get on it.
I know about that. I share them as well. I will really getting into that. I think I know a lot about it also because of my mom and dad. They are really like into spiritual stuff and into being very like switch on and intentional with being alive and your purpose. And
I love that.
So
I love how I picked that up, downloaded it.
Yeah, I'll get into that one, I promise. And the song or the album that has touched your soul?
Oh, God, how do I choose one?
I know.
I mean, Natural Mystic is coming to me.
Okay.
Natural Mystic, Bob Marley. Just the intro, like it's really, like it kind of feels like it's coming through the ether towards you.
No, I love that.
There's a natural mystic blowing through the air. If you listen carefully now, you will hear. You know, and that's kind of like that's the seed of creation too. That's the seed of life, right? And it's deeply spiritual, and I guess it's like you could call that God or Jah, but like I love how that song makes it about nature as well, because that's how I view the presence of God or the creator or whatever. Yeah, I think Natural Mystic.
Oh, I love it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, baby.
Now, please share your socials so people can follow you and keep up with all the updates of whatever you're doing, because your voice is amazing.
So on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Neisha Clothing. I'm on TikTok, babe.
Follow you.
Yeah, you can. So that's Neisha Clothing. My website is neishaclothing.com. Just come and have a good time. Send me a DM, babes.
Yes, and see you in person.
Oh, yeah. You can see me in person for the next 2 weeks at South Melbourne Market.
Cool.
Otherwise, you should join my mailing list or follow along on Instagram because I will be somewhere. It's going to be on the north side. I can't tell you exactly where. So either Collingwood, Clifton Hill, Brunswick, one of those spots.
Okay.
It's a mystery, babes.
Sounds good. Amazing. Well, thank you again, my beautiful queen, for
Thank you,
being
darling.
part of the podcast. Thank you so much.
Thanks for inviting me.
I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.
Bye.
Love you. Ciao. Oh, that's fun.
That was so fun. Did I swear too much?
Oh, I think it's amazing.